them in half in the late 70s, but I dig them. They all had like matching, not space, like matching Aquaman suits or something. You know, in the 70s, all these funk bands were trying to separate themselves from each other, but they all were also kind of trying to get on the whole, like, Parliament Funkadelic thing, too. So they'd end up in, I don't know, weird costumes. And, you know, I think that band's probably long gone. But Cavaliers play tonight in Miami. You'll hear it here, of course, on your FM home for Cleveland Cavaliers basketball. It's LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers against LeBron James and the Miami Heat. 7:30 tonight. Both teams are good. The Heat's a good team right now. The Cavaliers, you guessed it, also a good team right now. So 7:30 will go down. 7 o'clock is when your pregame will begin on MMS. So we'll roll around 6:30, just for people who are like, oh, well, and slow down. 6:30, we're done. We get on with our evening. We go on to celebrate the last slice, if you will, of National Pie Day. 7 o'clock, Cavs pregame. 7:30, tip-off. Let's say 10 o'clock, you're celebrating a Cavs victory? Piece of pie. What is going to celebrate another Cavaliers victory more effectively than digging into a piece of pie? Terry Pluto said it in The Plain Dealer. The Cavaliers are turning into a likable, fun team to watch. And I'll tell you what, higher praise is hard to come by. So there it is. Now, I'll tell you what, Bill, the Cavaliers it's quite a likable team.
They're an awesome team to watch.
Yeah. Kevin Love, Evan Mobley, Lauri Markkanen, formerly of the Chicago Bulls.
Darius Garland.
Isaac
Okoro.
Could you have a better holiday season name than Darius Garland?
Frank Mistletoe.
Frank Mistletoe in the paint. Oh, he took an elbow to the face. So anyway, all that to say that tonight at the Romo Fijo, no, not the Romo Fijo, in Miami. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. They're playing in Miami tonight. Alan Cox Show After Hours line. Anytime you just want to leave a quick message there, you can. It's 216-986-8903.
Hey, Alan, Caleb, and Kent. Listening to one of the best of shows from the holiday weekend. I know there's only maybe 13 or 15 live shows left, but I was thinking, is there any way that you could just give the people what they want, which is a full best of show of nothing but Is It Red segments to build up for when Ryan Berglund comes back? Hate the show. Love you. Bye.
All right.
No.
A best of, no, you'll notice, if you listen very, very closely, you'll notice that I never schedule Is It Red as a sum of segment because it's really an acquired taste. And frankly, I like to keep it fresh. Dr. Berglund will be one of our first, he might be our very first guest in the brand new studio downtown.
Next May.
I was having a conversation with some muckety-mucks last night about the progress downtown, and progress is moving along. Again, I think it's going to be more of, they got a lot of T's to cross and I's to dot before we'll be in there doing this show. Mm-hmm. There will be people down there working. I'm sure there'll be salespeople and people in other studios and offices and things. You say I don't have offices. But, yeah, it might be a minute before we are down there because that's a much more involved situation. But we've all placed our guesses as to when we think, our wagers as to when we think we'll be down there.
Yeah, I'm not going to win.
Give me yours again.
Mine was February 1st.
February 1st.
No
Mine's
shot.
March 1st.
March
Yours
31st.
is March 31st, and Poundcake picked
420.
420. Right.
Pretty childish, Poundcake.
Dude, screw you. Why you gotta bring it up? I'm not mad at you, Cody.
I'm walking to the loo in the break, and Bill and Mary are still going at it in the office over Poundcake's money.
I'm not mad at you. This is the same thing.
I would think that you'd see him as a kindred spirit.
No, it's the same thing when he had that great credit score, and it made me mad because I feel like I have to work for everything I've ever gotten, and I have to work very hard.
But one has nothing to do with the other.
I know that they don't.
Yeah.
I know that they don't, and I need to make that clear that these are issues with me, Cody, not issues with you. I'm upset.
It sounds like therapy's going great.
I haven't been in about a month because I've been traveling. And you know what was funny? I was sitting in the break eating my salad, and I was like, this is going to come up in therapy next week.
Doc, why did I get mad that a friend of mine went to Mexico and put it on his friend's credit card? Doc's going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? I thought we were talking about your dad.
Not always about my dad. But no, it is like, it's more, and I don't even know if jealousy is the right word, but I'm like, man.
I will just say this. I will put it in context for you because I wouldn't do this in normal circumstances. But as I've said before, I'm the brokest one out of all my friends. I'm not going to put them on blast and say they're all like super wealthy and they all whatever. I wouldn't do it if I felt I was hurting the person that was putting it on their credit card.
You're not going to put them out.
I'm not putting them out at all. And especially with
you said they offered to do it.
Well,
and you took them up on their offer.
Yeah, I mean, especially with how extravagant this vacation was, my little, $1,300 was nothing. And as far as I know, all my other friends have done the same thing. Not necessarily for this vacation, but there have been times where they're like, oh, crap, I forgot my credit card or whatever. Please put this $300, $500, whatever, buy this purse for me or get this for me while I'm on vacation, and I will not just pay you back, but we'll do like a little payment plan because that's what they wanted to do. So they were telling me like, oh, we all do it, just go ahead. So I wouldn't have done it in normal circumstances, but I have some really awesome friends.
Yeah, you do. And I think that's what made me mad is that I don't have friends like that. That I was like, man, Cody's friends just pay for vacations up front and he gets to go out and do whatever.
But again, it's up front. Like,
I know,
it's not
I
like
know.
I'm just sitting there, just chilling. Like, thank you for that. I'm not.
But you have friends like that, Mary, that have like.
But I wouldn't.
But you wouldn't ask. But
I
like,
wouldn't ask, and I guess I've never been offered.
But like, I mean, like buying your couch, things like that. Like we've done things like that before to get you on your feet and get you out of your,
or at least on a couch.
And I don't think I've asked.
We've done, and again, you didn't ask to do that, but that was something that I wanted to do for you. Mm-hmm. And I didn't. You did pay me back, but I didn't actually expect you to pay me back at that time. I was just like,
he was prepared to buy you a couch.
I forgot
well, with
that you
those
did
prices
that,
at Northeast Factory Direct,
which is where it's from.
not really like you're buying a couch at all. The prices are so good.
And Mary,
The prices are so good. It's not like you're even buying a couch.
Like you're buying
I'm gonna
some
work that into
forks.
one of my. Yeah. You know what? They don't even cost you. It's not even like you're buying a couch.
Like dishware. What?
You'd be like, "What did you spend on that couch?" And you tell them, and they go, "That's not couch prices.
It's fork
That's
money.
flatware prices."
Good.
I would just say, I will say that I wouldn't do this all the time, and it was normally I don't go. Like I am the person like I don't ask. Like because I know I can't go, but this was my friend's 40th birthday.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen again, and I don't necessarily complain, but they know I get FOMO when I see all their little vacation pics, and they're like, "Why can't you go on a vacation?" And I'm like, you know what? I can, but this is what it is. And they're like, "We really want you to go, so we'll make this accommodation for you." Mm-hmm. And so that's what it was. Because normally I don't ask and I don't expect to go. Like I'm just like, ooh, I can't wait to see all the pictures. Bring me back, something. And that's what it is.
What'd you bring us?
Nothing.
Thanks, buddy.
You ain't asked.
So they play to your. We didn't ask.
Keychain.
Yeah, that is true. Yes. If only we'd asked. If we had asked, what would you have brought back?
They had a bunch of little side stores, but by the end of the
I needed a new side too.
Green beans or mashed potatoes.
I mean, it was just like
These aren't even side prices.
These are main dish prices.
it was just like Jamaica, how they had like bazaars on the side of the road and stuff. But I mean, by the end of the trip, I was out of peso, so I was like, I'm just not going to do that.
I'm down to my last peso. I'm down to my last 1/100th of a cent.
I did feel really dumb though. My friends laughed at me because I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so poor. Like this is what I get." There was a woman cleaning our room, our maid or whatever, and I'm thinking 5 pesos is the same as like $5 in America.
We
Like
went over this before you left. Or you're probably drunk the whole time too.
no, but I didn't understand. I'm thinking that 5 pesos is their version of $5. So I'm thinking.
Why
that's
is he
like
saying pesos?
pesos?
He says pesos.
He says pesos like he says Bezos.
Like Jeff Bezos.
Pesos.
Jeff Bezos.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm thinking it's the same as $5 American in their version. So I'm thinking, oh, if I give you
It's
5
like
pesos,
leaving them a quarter.
yeah. And I was like, I told the maid on the way in, I was like, I left you 5 pesos on the counter, and
And she's like, thanks a lot.
no.
she didn't say anything, but my roommate,
Mucho gracias.
my roommate walked in. He was like, oh my God. And he was like, I just gave her American 20. He was like, that's nothing, dude. You left her like a nickel. I was like, oh, I thought it was 5 pesos. We have, quarters here. We don't call them dollars.
What are you talking about? We talked about all this, the exchange rate, before you left.
It's not this.
I told you a peso is worth nothing. So make sure if you're tipping people, first of all, tip them in American money is what I said. They love American money.
Well, we did at the ooh, it feels so good.
I told you, tip in American money. They will look at you. They will remember you. Because everybody else is nickel and diamond down there. All these people,
Clearly.
the very last person a lot of travelers are concerned with are the people who do the dirty work. Like they throw them a couple of pesos or something. If you tip in American money, they remember you. They're taking care of you. Mm-hmm. You're not going to have bed bugs in your towels or anything like that.
I didn't realize it because someone just...
I told you. Bring a bunch of singles.
He doesn't listen to the show.
I did, though. But a certain portion, some was in the safe, a certain portion was transferred over into pesos.
It only transfers what you ask them to exchange.
Yes, and I...
It's not like when you cross the international date line or whatever. Oh, my God, what happened to all my American money?
It's just like...
Boom! Yeah, you hear a mariachi band off in the distance.
Jangling little bags of coins.
I spent it down there, and then... they
so
gave me change.
So you exchanged all your money for pesos?
No, not all. A portion of it. The rest was in the safe. I didn't bother to go into the safe. I wanted to have what I had on hand, like in my wallet. So I pulled out.
I see. So you had some American money in the safe.
Yes.
What did you use that for?
Well, that was just extra. I mean, because everything was so cheap down there. I brought $500 to spend. That was like my limit. I only took out maybe like $300, and half of it was $150 was like in pesos, and then the rest was in American money.
Which is what?
What? What do you mean?
American money.
150? I don't understand.
What's the denomination?
Dollars?
There you go.
USD? I was going to say, what?
He does like that USD, boy.
I need 30 money.
I've got This Week in Jesus. Do you want This Week in Jesus?
Of course.
Okay.
This Week in Jesus.
Another one of these anti-vax preachers died down in Dallas. A guy who was very, very, just really driving hard to the hoop on the whole COVID's fake. And, he's one of these prosperity gospel preachers, right? These guys are a dime a dozen. These TV preachers who are telling people it's all nonsense, they'll get the vaccine or whatever. He took PPP, pandemic loan money, to buy a jet. So, real stand-up guy. A guy named Marcus Lamb, who's just, another one of these TV grifters. And he got COVID and he died. And his family is asking for thoughts and prayers, is what they're asking for.
They're not doing a GoFundMe?
No.
Okay.
No. They've got plenty of money. Plenty of money. And again, the reason they've got plenty of money is because you got a lot of morons. You got a lot of dummies who can't wait to give these people money. So that guy died. Then there's some other woman who was talking about her husband. I don't know if this is on Jim Baker's show. Remember Jim Baker? He does like a show at a mall in Branson, Missouri or something and beams it out somewhere. We've played clips before. This woman said that, I'll let her tell the story, but just paraphrase it. An alien imitated her husband and had sex with her. Did you see this clip?
I did not see the clip, but I saw the headline. But I'm excited to hear the clip now.
A woman named Sharon Gilbert, who they refer to as an end times preacher. One of these people who's always telling they're always able to kick the end times can down the road so that you can give them more money.
It's like in Parks and Rec.
Mm-hmm.
after Derek and I got married, one night, this other Derek appears in our bed. The real Derek is lying down next to me. Other Derek sits right up out of him. It startled me. I knew that was not Derek. And so I asked this critter, "Who are you?"
Critter. That's what Derek calls my privates.
Derek. And so I asked this critter, "Who are you?" Because he clearly wanted to have sexual relations. And he said, "Come on, I'm your husband." I said, "Who are you?" And he had the nerve to claim to be Ahasuerus, Xerxes. Well, other Derek seriously wanted to invite me to use my free will to do something that was going to pull me away from God.
A sexual threesome.
Yeah, again, I don't
So
know
this
what the
last
hell she's
time,
talking about, but
I knew he was really desperate.
because he was Xerxes? Was that the guy from
300?
300?
She doesn't want to have sex with her husband.
This is Martha!
Did she fall asleep with the TV on? Is that what happened?
Right. This sounds like a dream.
I think she dropped acid before she
And I
went
asked
to bed.
him again, "Who are you?" He told me the same answer, and I said, "I am not going with you." This was an internal dialogue. Finally, I said, "I've had enough." In my mind, I reached up. I grabbed his face, and I said, "You are a liar, and Jesus is real." And I pulled that face off, and beneath it was a reptile. And he had little creatures with him this time. He brought these little halfling creatures. And
Not
they,
critters? Why not use critters again?
He's a critter.
He's a critter. He
he's
brought
got
the
creatures.
creatures.
Critters
Pull
brought the
that
creatures.
face off.
they looked like, I don't know, gargoyles. They were very reptilian as well. So beneath that face of Derek was a reptilian serpentine creature.
Yeah, boy, she took a long time to get there, but there you go. Alien imitated her husband, tried to have sex with her, and then it claimed to be something else, and then she ripped his face off, and, you know.
A
And
sexual threesome.
why are all of, like, the Jesus Bible thumpers so anti-reptile? Why is it always reptiles? Like, Hillary's a reptile. This guy's got a reptile mask on. The hep
cold-blooded
reptile.
I think it probably
Sexual
goes back
threesome.
to some biblical things where, you know, like
Serpents.
and snakes are
The
evil.
devil is
Yeah.
reptiles. I don't know, man.
Jesus. Anyway, speaking of which, there it is.
This Week in Jesus.
I guess when you do those kinds of shows for 40 years or however long these people have been on, you got to make up new crap. Like you've told all these other dumb stories, you got to make it, it's got to be weirder and weirder and weirder every time you're trying to get people to donate. How that gets people to send you money, I don't understand.
Because they also don't want a critter in their bed. Duh.
$65 will get you a new can of my anti-critter gargoyle serpent sexual threesome spray.
The
to
not
make sure-
fake Derek spray.
Fake Derek spray.
Sexual threesome.
You're not Derek.
Come on, Derek.